long hour or so.
We're live.
Yes.
We got 30 seconds.
Being live doesn't change a damn thing, dude.
Oh my gosh. Connie cussed.
Already?
In the first 10 seconds.
Oh my.
Yeah, she's done.
Oh, good.
You know they can hear us now, Connie, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Is the FCC coming to get us?
Live doesn't change it.
Someone's got their
Probably.
sound up.
Oh my god.
Not
Again,
me.
on repeat.
Oh my gosh. Hey, we're live. Holy cow.
We're
Jesus.
live.
Well,
Snap to
geez,
it.
man, we got a great show tonight. We got Jeff here tonight. We're going to be talking about the Tennessee road trip that we're going to be doing. It's going to be Jack Daniels, the ride. Jeff's on here. He's right now he's in the background, but he can actually talk. He can say some stuff. But anyway, I'm kind of out of focus for some reason. What's up with that?
Oh wow, Riding Fish is on
Hey,
here.
Fish.
Yep.
There you go, brother, right there.
You should be working. All right, Max, I'm going to kick you
Representing.
off. I'm getting Ride Fish on here. Hold on a second.
Oh,
I heard-
thanks.
So I see
Yeah,
where
kick
Writing
me
Fish is going
off?
to Pikes Peak.
What'd you say?
I say I see where Writing Fish is going to Pikes Peak.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah, I
a-
was
that's
just
a-
watching that video.
yeah.
Nice.
He just does these things out of the wind. It's just crazy.
I know.
We don't even have time to even prepare. We can't even go, man. Jeez, he could have told us.
I don't have enough vacation to cover all that. I could do that stuff.
Welcome to podcast, Our Indian Adventures. Let's wait to get some people in here. We got a few. Marty,
Hey, Marty's
welcome to the
down.
podcast. All right, Riding
What's up,
Fish, our good friend. All right, has your schedule changed? You're able to be on Tuesdays now? Maybe you can come on here next Tuesday. Have some fun. I know he's a trip. He's a trip for sure. All right, let's see who else we got here. We got Brian Pike. Welcome to the podcast.
You met him down in Mid Ohio, right?
Yes,
That's
we met
right.
him.
Yep.
He got a hat, and he's sporting that hat. Hopefully, right now he's a fan now. 112 hat, and I'll be honest with you, these hats are really nice. I mean, I would go in there and just go look at it. And even Riding Fish said it was nice, but he doesn't like the snapbacks. But I do have the other ones on the website also. So
Well, that one's special because it's signed.
yeah, this is special because it's got signed to all the the wrecking crew right there. Oh, look at hold on a second. Did Max just change? I think he did. I think he changed and
Change
put a
what?
Riding Fish shirt on.
I've had this shirt on the whole daggone time,
Oh, no way.
dude. You just ain't looking.
Mm-hmm. And then Les,
Since I finally got it 3 months later.
I know.
Oh, look what Marty
Well,
said.
Oh, what's this?
Max took off his. Max,
What was that? Let me get Jeff in here.
I missed what
Yeah,
Jeff
there's
said.
Jeff.
There
Yeah,
we
what'd you
go.
say, Jeff? He's having looks like might be having some internet issues there.
Max took off his Prius.
He's breaking up. So
Yeah, he's
you might have
breaking
to
up.
check
He's
and see if you
breaking
got a
up.
wire connection. Let me go back on here and we can see how we're doing. I need to change my profile photo. I am back on an Indian Roadmaster. No more 2024 Street Glide. Wow.
Wow.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Man. Yeah.
Hey, I got to put that one.
Wow.
Wow.
Cool.
All right. Are you hardwired in there, Jeff? Or are you just having some technical difficulties because you're breaking up and?
I'm hardwired.
Okay, cool. All right. Let's see what else we got here. I think that's it. All right. I think I got through all the context. Comments. All right, we got 12 people here. We only got 4 likes. Let's get them going. Let's rolling. And I know Max. She just loves. I do have an interview with Max. By the way, we did a demo days, and he asked me to come up, and believe me, I was late about 2 hours. I found many things to do before I was able to leave the house. But anyway, I eventually did end up helping Max. Actually, it was only like 20 minutes. But we had fun, didn't we, Max?
Yeah, it was a blast.
And-
The turnout was a little disappointing, but it was a Friday and people had to work, so I understand that.
Mhm.
Has anybody heard any reports on how Saturday was?
I have not. I know they also had a let's see here. They had a ride too. Our IMRG
Yes.
2074. They were going to
Yes, they did.
yeah. So Red River Gorge, which was a beautiful ride. I haven't heard anything about that very much at all either. Let's see, wind therapy, and the first thing I did was click on the like button. That's what we're talking about right there.
There you go.
Kevin's on here too.
Kevin, welcome to the podcast. Now
What's
listen.
up, Kev?
Now here's the deal. This guy is a hater. The guy in the middle. His name is Max. If you don't know, he hates the 112. And I got a video, guys. That's gonna be coming out. Go ahead.
I do not hate the 112. It's a very capable engine. It's not my kind of style of riding engine. You guys are Power Plus guys.
I understand.
I'm a Thunderstroke guy. So there you go. Let's not cause any division here. We're all Indian riders.
It's almost
right?
like Harley and Indian now.
Nah, no, it's not. unless you make it that way.
But listen, I got to tell you guys, I did interview Max, but he doesn't know about the video that I was harassing him that he could not hear while he was riding a 112. Oh my gosh, it was so fun. I can't wait till that video comes out. I am actually editing it now, so it should be out soon. I take my time. It should be out probably Friday, I think. But yeah. So welcome to the club, Mr. Roadmaster. I hope you love that motorcycle. I know the 112, the Challenger, I love. It's one of the best bikes I've ever rode, and it's nice and smooth and everything else. And even Brian from 859 rode it, and he did an interview on the motorcycle. He actually did an interview on me. I don't know if you guys seen the video, but I'm in the middle of that video, and I was kind of surprised how well I did on that video. So,
Are you tooting your own?
Yes,
horn?
you did.
yes, I did.
Well, he did do himself proud. I watched the video.
Good.
It was good. He did himself proud. He was fine.
Yep.
He does a lot better with somebody else's interviewing him than when he's doing it.
It's hard to interview yourself, you know. All right, let me see if I can get Jeff in here and see if I can get him going here. Let's get him in here. All right, Jeff, are you there?
I'm here.
All right. So everybody's, it's just a little bit more than 30 days till we go to this event, and it's Jack Daniels down there in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Boy, I've been practicing.
Nice job, Chris.
Yeah,
I'm so proud of you. I might give you a prize when you get here.
I can't believe I actually said that right. It probably won't be there the rest of the night. But anyway, it's going to be a great ride. It's going to be up to almost 500 riders, and you guys are working your butts off. I mean, what are you guys doing right now? I mean, there's still things being worked on, right?
Yes. Actually, there's 490 signed up as of this morning. So there's 10 spots available.
Wow.
After those 10 spots are filled, they will go to a waiting list. So as people drop off, they'll invite people in. But we're at that point that if you sat on the fence, it's time to jump in if you want to come. So last weekend, I had a conversation with the regional coordinators, and they wanted me to put together a second ride to Jack Daniels, and it's kind of limited because of mountains and the landscape. So we did put together a second one. So we're going to go off in 3 groups, an abundance of caution for safety, and run them. So we're in smaller groups of like about 120 bikes. I think there's 360 bikes currently signed up. So there's about 130 passengers. So we've created a second route that's a scenic route. It's not too technical because we want to make it to where everybody is feeling safe on the journey to Lynchburg.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we finalized that. That's getting sent into IMC tomorrow for approval. Once that's approved, then we're good to go. So I don't know if you guys got your update that came in or was sent last Friday by corporate. There's a couple of add-ons to the Jack Daniels. The first one is IMC is doing an event Saturday. They had it planned. They were trying to figure out what they were going to do. But on Friday or Thursday night, I'm sorry, there's going to be a bike contest. It's going to be best in paint, best in show. It's kind of like what they did in Sturgis. It's going to be cash prizes. So if you have a custom bike, you need to click on that link that was sent out to enter. If you don't click on that and you don't get in it, it's too late. So what they're going to do is they're going to take all the entries and they're going to select off the pictures. Here, bring your bike for this contest.
Mm-hmm.
That's Thursday night at their event with the dinner. They also announced our event on Friday night, which is also a add-on event that you need to click on the link and register for. And that is $50. Now, absolutely zero of that is profit. That is exactly what it's going to cost us to put on the event. It's going to be held at the Ultra Club at Finley Stadium. And it's going to be catered by Tremont Tavern, which has won Best of the Best Chattanooga 12 straight years in multiple categories. Best burger, best tavern, a couple other things. And we are going to have basically our fundraiser there, and it's going to be a raffle. So as part of that, we're going to provide transportation from the 2 host hotels, a couple of buses to get you there. Again, throttles and bottles. We want to keep everybody safe. Enjoy the ride on Friday to the Jack Daniels, but Friday night, be safe, ride the bus with us, be able to consume your libation, and get back safe. So we're going to provide that transportation. The menu is going to be a couple of drinks provided at the venue as well. Indian wanted us to keep that to 2 cocktails that we provide to not encourage over, indulging. But if you want to have taking advantage of our bus.
Gotcha. All right.
Those are the big announcements.
All right. Let me get in here for a second. All right. So on the chat, I have this screen on the side here. It's got all the chat in there. I have got the links already in there. So you just scroll up a little bit, folks. If you have not registered, there's only 9 spots, I think you said.
10 spots.
10 spots. I got the link there. All right. It's October 9th through 11th. And they also have rides all through the week. So they got a lot of stuff going on. And then I also put the link in there for the actual checkout for the Friday night dinner. So you do have to register that. I think the September 22nd or 23rd is the end on that, where they will not accept any more people coming in because they got to know how many people.
I believe it's the 26th.
Okay, 26. Okay, gotcha.
It's 26. Yes.
So correct that as 26.
With that.
Uh-oh.
We keep losing him.
Yeah, he keeps freezing.
Is it us or him?
I have no idea.
What we want to do is give the.
Oh man.
Can you hear me now?
Hey Jeff.
Yeah.
Hey Jeff, you might want to go out and come back in.
Yeah, maybe restart your computer. Sometimes that works. And then I'll just accept you in here. Gotcha. No problem. All right, let me go back to 3 here. Looks like we lost. It might be some internet actually problems because let me change this to. We might actually. Yeah, let me.
I'm watching it on YouTube, but it's a little delayed, but it always is.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah.
So,
okay, so let me technical problems here.
Wait a minute. It did freeze on YouTube for a minute.
Okay. All right. So let me check here. Let me go and update the Facebook one because the Facebook one actually crashed. So, and I didn't want to restart the stream. So let me go ahead and put a link over there to everybody. So go ahead and ask some questions with Jeff here.
You need to hire that tech guy.
Oh, this has nothing to do with us.
But you still need to hire that tech guy. Is what he's saying.
Well, one of the days when we get enough money here.
You do.
All right. So let me go ahead and ask him some questions, or Jeff, go ahead and start talking again.
Are you guys okay?
Yeah, we're good now. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like you're a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I'll just do a quick recap where you talked about the rides before. We're prepared to lead rides from Saturday through Wednesday. Okay. The regional coordinators wanted me to list the rides that are available each day. Now, you're my guests. You're going to determine where you want to ride each day. Everybody will meet each day at the dealership at 8:30, 9 o'clock for that day's rides. If there's 20 people there and 18 want to go to do the drag in the Cherry Hollow, that's what we're going to do that day. And we'll hopefully the other two want to go somewhere else. We'll have the bandwidth to take you wherever you want to go. I imagine that because of the notoriety of some of the rides, such as Devil's Triangle, the Cherahal, the Dragon, some of those, we're going to hit those multiple days just to satisfy you all. I don't want to limit it to one day that we're going to go up to that ride, because the multitude of people coming are going to want to do that ride. So that's what we're going to do. Our goal is, first of all, number one, safe. Second of all, number two, you're our guests. We want you to leave and say, boy, that was fantastic. I want to come back again. So we're going to let you dictate what we do.
Okay. Sounds
That's
good.
my opinion.
That's awesome.
What do you guys think?
Oh, no,
sounds
that's
great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. I think Les is actually trying to get off on, I think, Wednesday. So that'd be a day early. I know I got the weekend before that, but I just happened to just get Bengals tickets on Sunday with the Lions. So on October 5th, I'll be going there. But then I plan on trying to figure out something to get down there because I want to do some trips before we go. And are we still doing the podcast at the dealership?
I was just going to go into that. So Thursday is going to be action-packed at the dealership. It's going to be they're going to be doing the demo days, so you'll be able to ride the entire Indian lineup. And somewhere, Chris and I are going to talk about this exactly the time of the podcast. But we will be doing a live Throttles and Iron podcast. Hopefully, we can get some folks that are attending. I don't know if Riding Fish has signed up. He wasn't last I looked. But if we can get some people like Finesse or somebody to come in and sit in for a part of that podcast as well, we'll do so. That Saturday event, I've reached out to
Your internet's going.
he's the gentleman who's rode 100.
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, he's breaking up.
You're breaking up again. Yeah, it's weird about how this, because it usually works fine with him. I don't know what's going on. Something going on with the internet today. So, but so you're talking about the guy that's got the 100 and Les, you know a little bit more about that guy. The guy, the Indian, has the motorcycle is going around doing 125,000 miles or something like that. 7 days left.
Yeah, 125,000 miles in 125 days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a cool event too.
I've reached out to Patrick.
Okay.
And sent him an invite to be my guest.
Gotcha.
And so I think it'd be pretty cool for everybody to hear what his experiences were like.
Mm-hmm.
He attended last year, and I've sent him a message. I haven't heard back yet, so I'm going to continue to try to get him to come and if I have to pay for his Jack Daniels event, I'll do that.
Gotcha. So once again, there's 10 tickets, maybe only 9 tickets now. We don't know. And Riding Fish, we need to get you on there, man. We got to do something.
Riding Fish says 125,000 is a crazy amount of miles.
Yeah,
That
especially on a brand new.
In 125 days, imagine in 125 days, there's 10 tire changes. There's 25 oil changes.
Yeah.
And do 1,000 miles a day for 4 months straight.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Think about that.
I mean, even if you love riding, that's a bit much.
That's a certain. And he had a wreck, and he's riding the bike with basically one arm. I think he broke his collarbone. So he's for the last 15 days he's been riding with something afflicting his one of his arms.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as somebody who's done that, I tore a rotator cuff on the first day of a 14-day ride 3 years ago, and I finished it. I finished 3,500 miles in a short span. That's brutal.
Mm-hmm.
It's just brutal. So the man is a stud.
Yeah, it says Art Indian Adventure says we had lunch with him last year at there's some kind of thing right there in the middle.
Barber event.
Yeah, a barber event. Yep. That's cool. He seems like a pretty good guy. I guess what he was doing, he was on the side of the highway and a semi blew him over his bike or something like that. And that's how he broke his shoulder. It was crazy.
Yeah, Riding Fish has some stuff on here. He lost 3 to 4 days to his fall over that broke his collarbone. And then he said he was blown over at a standstill from a semi.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
That's so nuts.
Hey, Sparky.
Welcome to the podcast. Sorry you're late. It's okay. We're having some technical difficulties.
He's a big Hoka Hey guy, if I remember correctly.
He was. What'd you say now?
Chris, do you know what the Hoka Hey is?
No, I do not. What is that?
He's one of the big Hoka Hey guys.
Oh, I
That's
see that.
Jeff. That's like is that 10,000 miles or something? What is that? The Hoka Hey. What is a
Yeah,
challenge?
it's a huge event.
All right. So
I believe it's 10,000 miles in 10 days, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
if I could only ride that long, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I've never talked to anybody who's ever done it. So.
Yeah. So yeah. So this is a good event. It's almost they also have something crazy on there where they have to check your cell phones and put them all up. Well, hopefully they'll have something there again this year like that. Little event for everybody to go look at. It seems like it's going to be. I've never went there. I know Finesse is going there. He did sign up, and he's hopefully. I think he's going to be there at the dealership. I just got to confirm that with him and make sure. But yeah, it's going to be a great time. This is the first time I've ever been in this kind of event.
yeah, Finesse is signed up. I double checked on that before I came on.
Mm-hmm.
There's what they did last year when you said they took your phones. It was you had to sign an NDA prior to the Thursday night event, because what they did is they unveiled the Elite, and they didn't want any pictures taken before they put it out to social media and everything like that. So the same thing as I had to sign an NDA. They sent me all the videos. Last year when we did the ride to Jack Daniels, they took and had aerial video of the whole thing. So as everybody's riding through, there's a area that goes through what's called New Hope, and there's the Tennessee River's on one side, and it's a bridge that goes through, and they videotaped everybody with a drone coming through that. So you saw all 260 bikes at one time riding up there. Now, the route, that main route that we're talking about is a historic Route 41. It's part of the Trail of Tears. It's also a historic route as far as the Civil War, going through Chattanooga. It actually comes from Georgia, and I think it goes all the way to Canada. But so it's a scenic route, and it goes up a steep incline up into Jasper, Tennessee. And from the front of it, you can see as far as by 3 miles back, and see that there's a bike staggered every 3 feet. It's like absolutely crazy. It's phenomenal. As a person leading that, looking in your rearview mirror and seeing that, it's phenomenal.
So take us through, so I've never been there. Les has never been there. So Thursday is the demo days and that kind of stuff, and then we have like a little get together dinner kind of thing, right? At the main hotel, or where's it going to be?
With the bike. There's a place called the Pavilion at Finley Stadium.
Okay.
It's a Tennessee Pavilion, and it's just a huge pavilion next to the stadium where typically they have tailgating and stuff for the football games for University of Tennessee Chattanooga. Okay. And they have the farmers market there and other events. So it's all it is basically a big lead to a big carport, and they're going to have a dinner and all that there, and they'll have a bike show that night. So it's just a meet and greet kind of thing, and then there'll be the bike show. So that'll happen directly after your podcast. We'll probably wrap up your podcast and head over there for the dinner. Then the next morning,
that doesn't sound so little. It sounds like it's going to be a big shindig.
Max, even if you come down and drive in your Prius, you should come down.
That'd be great, except I don't have a Prius, so I guess I'm not coming.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. But yeah, so we want to drive things to dealerships, so that's why we're doing everything there Thursday as far as the demo days and all that. And then pretty much, there's around the hotel, there's some fantastic restaurants and places walking distance. You have the aquarium right there. You have the military museum right there at the National Heritage Museum, right at the aquarium. There's several different establishments around there walking distance for some excellent food or going out for some cocktails. So you can walk and not ride. That's the mantra that they wanted to keep everybody close to several of the nightlife things. And then Friday morning, we'll meet at the stadium again. Anybody that was there, it's the same starting point that last year happened at. It's a huge parking lot that allows us to park the 400 bikes that will be there. And we'll leave from there. And the ride up to Jack Daniels will be anywhere between 2.5 and 3 hours, depending on which of the two rides you do. Of course, there'll be a break halfway in between for a rest break, and maybe anybody who's got a Scout or anything that might need some gas. It's about 102 or 103 miles to Jack Daniels and then back. Once you get to the Jack Daniels, there'll be a lunch provided there, and you'll be on your own getting back. Now, on Ride Command, any of you are savvy with the Ride Command, all the routes are downloaded in there under the Chattanooga 1985 Jack Daniels moniker. So you can download that on a thumb drive and load that into your bike. Or we will, at the dealership on that Thursday, have thumb drives there to help you all download that, so you have the Ride Command routes. There'll be 3 routes. There'll be 3 routes that are downloaded from that thumb drive. One of them is not a ride that's going to be taken to. It's coming up through what's called High Top in Alabama. We eliminated that from being a ride there. We rode that Saturday, and there's a rough stretch of about 12 miles that we don't feel safe on leading you on. Mm-hmm. I will ride it before the event to make sure that that's been repaired. If it hasn't, we will delete it. I don't want to send any of you down a path. The road was sketchy as far as the surface. It was just repaved 3 years ago. We rode it, and it's in terrible shape. So, you'll always have the option of going back the same way we came, or going the highway, which I don't recommend. I recommend everybody follows the route they took there or back for this reason. If you take the highway, Thursdays and Fridays there, it's going to be bumper to bumper for an hour. Going through the valley there's only one way over that mountain as far as truckers. You don't want to take that route. It's not going to be pleasant. Your leg's going to burn off with the heat of an Indian. So I suggest you take the scenic route back as well.
Gotcha.
There'll be a little time to spend at the distillery if you want. Understand, though, you're going to have an hour time change. So it's Central Time. 9 miles from my house is a time change from Eastern to Central. So you're going to gain an hour going there. You're going to lose an hour coming back, and you don't want to miss out on the event Friday night. So
Gotcha.
We'll be running the bus from like 5:30 to 6:30 an hour. As soon as you're walking in the door, one of the pain points we had last year, we had 2 pain points really last year, and I think we solved them both. The people providing the dinner are the same people as last year. They had 1 table set up. We need 2. We're doubling the amount. We also held back from serving them for a half an hour until everybody was there. I'm not going to do that. As soon as you walk in the door, just go and get your food, go sit down, enjoy that, and then we'll start the festivities. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to eliminate that long line that we had last year. The other thing we had is halfway on. What it was supposed to do is go off in 2 groups last year, and in Indians' infinite wisdom, they sent everybody off at one time. I had a halfway point that would fit 125 bikes, and 250 bikes showed up at the same location. So it ended up being kind of a I'm not going to say a monkey, but it was an embarrassing situation for me. So we're going to separate that into 3 different rides. There's going to be a half an hour in between the 2 rides that go that same route, and we're having to stop at a larger facility, that has more pumps and has more bathrooms to, alleviate that. We thought if we sent it up on 2, we'd be fine last year. Again, to make sure that it's not an issue, we've changed a little bit. We tweaked it a little bit. We've learned from anything that we had last year. So hopefully it goes a little bit smoother. I'm also going to put one of my people who is going to be having a shoulder surgery right before the event. He's going to be the one that's going to send everybody off. I'm taking that out of Indian's hands. Now it's in my hands. Because ultimately, when it comes down to
Jeff,
something happens, who's responsible, guys?
Isn't there a Buc-ee's
Go ahead.
down that way? That would solve all the fuel problems, right?
No, there's not. And actually, there is, but it's in Kodak. That's north of here.
Okay.
But how many? You think you're going to get 125 bikes to be able to fill up at a Buc-ee's?
Hey, a Buc-ee's can handle a Buc-ee's can handle 125 bikes easy.
Well,
Not getting into the pumps, they won't.
yeah, that's crazy. One of the biggest problems at Buc-ee's is that people get their gas and they sit there at the pumps and they go get their sandwiches, their rib sandwiches, their jerky, their shirts, and all that kind of stuff.
Their wall of jerky.
Yeah, it's like crazy.
Or banana pudding.
Yeah, it's freaking packed. It's packed and stacked. I had to literally wait
64
almost.
ounce Coca-Cola.
Yeah, when we came back, we had to wait to get in the pumps. It's crazy. But that was a bit busy one. I don't know how busy the one would be down in Tennessee's, but man, it's just like it's Black Friday every day at Buc-ee's.
They're all busy.
Go on a call with 3 people that don't know the area and understand. Chattanooga, Hamilton County has 325,000 people. Not very big. Okay? Lynchburg is about 10,000 people, if it's that. And everything in between is a small. Everything in between is a small rural town. So to say, well, you should pick a bigger gas station. I'm sorry, there's not one. There's not. You should be able to pick 3 routes. Go over a mountain pass with 3 different routes. Keep it under 2 hours and keep it under 100 miles. Those are the parameters that need water. It's not available. There's only one route that meets all the criteria. Well, 2 routes that meet the criteria, and one's all highway. You don't want to lead a 125 bike ride on the highway. That's insanity, and it's an accident and a safety issue waiting to happen. So I mean, even if you get in the right hand lane, when people are merging off of that lane, you got to switch lanes every time you to make it safe. It's safer to take a rural route. The other thing is, in the state of Tennessee, they will not motorcycle officer lead a ride. They will not.
Wow.
No.
That's crazy.
There's other states that will. They will not. So we're on our own. The other thing is MSF officers are trying to charge way too much now for an event like this. And realistically, if you look at this is a charity event, guys. In my perspective, in India's perspective, it's a way to give back to all of you for your loyalty. So I have to be conscious about how much we're going to be able to donate to Folds of Honor. So am I going to go pay MSF officers? It's ridiculous. The city of Chattanooga wanted $150 an hour per officer to stand. We were looking at a Chattanooga city space area that we could have an outdoor event. They required for a motorcycle event 5 guys at $150 an hour for 4 hours minimum.
Wow.
So
Crazy.
I had to go to a private venue. Yeah. So, there's a little dancing. It's going to be worth it to see the smiles on 490 or 500 people's faces and to hear the responses saying, yeah, this is great. Let's come back to Chattanooga again, because that's what we want. We want this to be permanently in Chattanooga. It's great for the community here. It's great for our IMRG. It's great for Folds of Honor. And hopefully we make it great for all of you. That's the goal.
Sure.
Now, you guys have Revver, right? It's a community on there. It has the chapter on there. I think some of the rides maybe might be on there. All of them are. All of them are on there. So I just put that link into the chat so you can join that community and see what the rides are. And if you live that close or you're going to be there a week early, you know where the rides are. And Ride Command, there's also a link. I don't have that link right here, but I'll have to get that from what's his name. But there is a link for that. We also have a community on Revver. I guess, am I saying that right? I can't remember what it is, but
it's Revver.
Revver, and it's actually a pretty good app. It gives you weather, all kinds of stuff. Also, it works with CarPlay. If you have CarPlay, that kind of stuff. But the routes, at least I can just click on one of their routes as I'm down there in Chattanooga, and I can actually just click on one of the routes and just ride it. you know. So that's what's really cool about these apps. If you ain't using them, you got to start using them. I know sometimes it's only like $40 a year for the whole year, so it's not that bad.
It's free for the regular. It's free
Yeah.
for the regular app. If you want to go Revver Pro, it's $40 a year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I use Revver because I am not tech savvy, to say the least. So I create all the rides on Revver. I send them to my web guy, Ed, and he creates them in Ride Command for y'all. Mm-hmm. Understand, when we started this last year, we sent routes on Revver to Indian, and they had nobody there. They could out in Ride Command. They didn't know how. Wow. You know how they know how? Ed Seidel, my web director, taught them how.
Yeah.
He's an IT guy for Lodge, and that's what he does for a living. So we learned that you can only create a route on a computer. You can't do it on a phone. Mm-hmm. You can't create a route in Ride Command on a phone. You have to do it on a laptop. You can't do it on a tablet. You can't do it on anything Apple. It has to be on an actual desktop. So that's something we learned last year. There's limits to Ride Command. We all know that. When you're riding actually on Ride Command, you have to swipe each waypoint off while you're riding. I don't think that's really safe, or else it won't go to the next waypoint. It'll keep trying to send you back to the previous waypoint. So there are some things that need to be worked on, and hopefully they are working on them to improve that experience for us as riders. But it is what it is for this point in time. So again, we will have them on thumb drives for you when you get here too, and there'll be 4 or 5 of us walking around Thursday at that event, helping you download them onto your bikes, so that your experience can be better. And if you get here early in the week, we'll download all the rides as well that way. But I encourage you to go on Ride Command and download them yourselves. Just take them, download them on a thumb drive, and download them onto your bike. It's really simple. I can do it, so y'all should be able to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Ride Command, it's a nice start. Indian needs to do a lot of things about it, to it. But yes, Revver is a little bit. I use Riser and Revver, and they're pretty close to each other. But Riser does not have CarPlay yet, so I've been hanging out with Revver for a while, and it's Revzilla. That's who owns it. So they used to be able to. They used to your when you paid their free shipping, that kind of stuff. Revver was actually part of the thing, but now it's a separate thing now. So
have any of you ever tried to detect that navigational app? No, it's a newer one that I've seen a lot of advertising for, and I was thinking about delving into it. But it's another one that's out there that I'm going to take a look at and see if it's beneficial to us.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I know Cardo is the one that owns the actual Riser one. It's kind of weird why it's called Riser, and hopefully they changed the name. I know they bought it about a year ago, and they've been putting a lot of technology in it. It's crazy. You do the same thing. You go on the map and you can put pins and stuff and make a course just like Ride Command. I'm looking forward to, because right now the disadvantage is because I have CarPlay actually on my motorcycle on the screen, and then I have Riser over here. If you have Revver, you have Revver on both sides, and you can actually see it has the weather, clouds going over the roads, so you know that you're going to go into rain, that kind of stuff while you're riding. That's what's really cool about Revver. And I know, Ride Command does have the same thing, but like he said, you have to, if you miss a nav point, it just keeps on saying, turn around. This is crazy. So, but yeah, let's go through some of these comments here. Anybody got any questions? Go ahead and ask here about this event. If you're going, put a thumbs up if you're going. We got 10 right now. It looks like 10 people are going. I'm just kidding. Put a thumbs up if you like everything going on this podcast. One of the things that we are trying to do is make it simple for everybody to watch this podcast and get information that's needed, because this is one of the best events that Indian did last year. And that's the reason why Chattanooga got it again, and Nashville did not, and that kind of stuff. So they do an outstanding job preparing this event. And it looks like Chris Marty said, looks like you got some of the quirks that were problems last year fixed, hopefully. But the difference is they only had how many riders did you have last year?
Well, we had 325 signed up, but understand that Helen hit. So we had some people from North Carolina and Florida not show.
Okay.
So I think we actually had 260 bikes, or right around that number last year. So imagine we're gonna increase that by over 100.
Yeah.
This is the largest event that Indian puts on for their riders only.
Mm-hmm.
And I really want everybody to be appreciative of, everything Indian can do and is doing for y'all, to show you the respect and the thanks that they are putting this together. Nowadays it is not to put on an event like this. Just for instance, we charged $25 last year. We're doing almost the same exact event, except we're including the transportation to and from, and it's doubled. Okay.
Gotcha.
Now, that being said, the vendors that I'm using are donating as well. The food, they're donating $2,500 to us. The venue is giving it to us the same price as they gave it to us last year, and we're doubling the amount of people coming. So we have some partners that are helping us locally here because they want to keep it here. They want us, and Indian they use my connection at the stadium. They own the pavilion, okay? So they're using the same people I'm using. So they're basically blocking out that venue for the weekend up until Sunday, actually up until Saturday when we leave. So they're pretty much we're using all their facilities the entire weekend, and they're helping us with the pricing to be able to put this on for them. So, I'm grateful for some of the partnerships I've built here over the last couple of years to make this happen. And I think everybody who went there last year was really impressed with the Ultra Club. Now, this year I have to hope for a little bit of weather too, because one of the things is part of us is going to be outside.
Yep.
There is about an 8-foot awning that goes over the rotunda, but just imagine a football stadium. We're getting their skybox is what it is. Okay, this is their VIP section. We're getting their VIP section for the football stadium, and then the rotunda has about an 8-foot rim around it that will probably be rain free, and they're going to set up high tops out there to see this as well. So it's a challenge in Chattanooga to find a venue that's big enough to hold us that doesn't want $10,000 up front to do it.
Yeah.
It's a small town. There's only so many venues that are that size that can accommodate us. So.
Well, it looks like Jeff messaged me if I want to see a short training session or something like that. Finesse is on right now. You got any questions for him? So it looks like Finesse. Yeah, go ahead.
Finesse, I will bring that up to Indian. They have nothing really planned except for a meet and greet on Saturday. That's why I reached out to Patrick about possibly coming there as a guest as well. The only thing with doing that at the venue in Georgia is the parking lot's gravel. So if you want to put on a ride and show in a gravel parking lot, have at it. But it is something if you want to put on an exhibition or maybe do a training lesson at the dealership on Thursday, we can look into that.
Nice. Yeah, Vanessa, it looks like we're going to be doing a podcast on Thursday. What time are you getting there on Thursday, Finesse? So we can get you as a guest. That would be cool. Live in person for once. You think about
that would be cool.
Yeah.
I love how everybody calls him Finesse. Whatever, Oscar.
Oscar, yeah, no, Oscar. Oh,
AKA.
All right. Well, this is great information, and the weather could change. This is in October, so northern parts of the United States could be. You can't believe it. Sometimes it snows in October. I've seen it snow actually on actual Halloween here where I live at. So the weather has been crazy this year. Hopefully it's going to be dry, because right now it's been dry the last week and a half, which is very unusual. It's been almost raining every single day this year. But okay, I'll mess you. Thank you, man. That'd be awesome. Yeah, the weather, and that's one of the things that we wanted to talk about is make sure you guys are ready for the ride, because the ride's going to go on rain or shine, right?
It is. Everything's rain or shine.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk about snow, the only chance you got to see in that is on the mountains. Going over the pass, going over to Jack Daniels, there's a chance. It's very remote. And up in the Cherry Hollow Skyway and the Dragon, there's a chance.
Mm-hmm.
But that's very remote as well. Honestly, if that's the case, I mean, I've got places. You hear all the Devil's Triangle, the Cherry Hollow, the Dragon, such a sloop. There's actually I can take you on a ride here that'll take us 5 hours, and we won't leave outside of Chattanooga about 10 miles. We can go up on one mountain, do a ride for 4 hours, and not leave that mountain and not ride the same road twice.
Wow.
And it's fantastic. It's one of the reasons I live here, guys, is I can look in any direction and I see a mountain,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where I love to ride. So, I mean, I love riding mountains. I love twisty roads. I like changes in elevation, changes in directions. It's exhilarating to me, and that's why I'm going to stay living here. So, it's a beautiful area of the country to ride. There's other places around this country. We live in one fantastic, gorgeous country. And the Rockies, the Appalachian Mountains, we have some fantastic riding areas. This is one of them. So come enjoy it.
Gotcha. All right. So looks like my buttons ain't working today for some reason. I'm trying to get these things to
I
work.
hear some beep beeps over
Yeah,
there.
beep beeps. All right. So anybody got any questions? Let's see here. Marty, you going? Or are you going to stay in Chicago? Or are you going to go? All right, Chris Marty. Who said that? I didn't get to look.
You
Was that
know what?
Max?
Here's the thing. A lot of people, a lot of people on here are talking about your directional stuff. People who talk about Reddit and waves and all kinds of stuff. Sounds like it's another topic for another day.
Yeah, because somebody mentioned Hervinger.
Uh-huh.
I never heard of that.
Yes. I've never heard of that one either.
What are we talking about now?
Yeah.
It must be way up there because I must have missed it. Navigation.
Navigation labs.
Yeah, gotcha.
Jason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what are we talking about?
Our Indian Adventures mentioned Hervinger, and then with therapy uses Detect, and it's great. He says.
Mm-hmm. All right. Cool.
I think I must be like way behind because I just throw ways on there.
Well, that's what Sparky said.
Sparky said, yeah.
Well, the problem is what's really cool about some of these is they got a lot of AI features, and you can say, hey, listen, I want the curviest roads possible going to this location. Instead of going ways, it's going to take you like an hour and 15 minutes to get there. It's going to take you 4 hours to get there, and it's going to take you to every freaking back road supposedly that motorcycle riders have rode before and gave them A pluses and that kind of stuff, saying the roads are good. And it gives you like an AI kind of route, which will take you a long time if you don't like riding on an interstate, which is pretty cool. But then again, you could be going through Indiana and they can, put a road closed sign up last night, and it's all messed up.
Oh my god!
Well, see what you have here is you can have a rain washout on a road. That's why we're going to ride them.
Well, we've got that here.
You guys lucky.
All right, so one of the things that you
we'll
want to
ride 'em
bring,
all.
just in case, is rain gear, because chances are, hopefully, we're going to be in good weather then. But just make sure you do bring some proper rain gear and that kind of stuff. I would probably make a checklist of some of the stuff that you take on your rides. If you've never done a ride like this before, definitely, he sounds like at Jack Daniels, the roads gravel or whatever it is in some of the parking spots and stuff like that. Get one of them hockey pucks, whatever it is, put on your kickstand and stuff like that. We don't know how soft the ground's going to be and that kind of stuff.
Indian's going to provide those.
Oh, Indian's going to provide them?
Great.
Okay, good.
Indian's going to provide pucks.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
that side of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Hey, Jeff, you might want to address the changes in the weather and the elevation, because the times that I've been down that way, what's happening up at the top of the mountain ain't necessarily what's happening down at the bottom, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, Max. Typically, we're right around. It's a couple weeks after that you start experiencing that. Typically, okay. It's usually the end of October. That's why our colors really are in November. If you want to come down to see the colors, that's in November. But you will see about a 10 to 15 degree temperature change on the mountain. You will also see in the morning here, it'll be, for instance, in the summer, it'll be 20 degrees cooler. Then once that dew point burns off, it becomes a blast furnace in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a little bit different from that. It stays a lot chillier in the morning at that time of year. So leaving out of the dealership in the morning at 9 o'clock, you might be wearing full gear, a nice heavy coat, a gaither, thicker gloves. Some people might wear a face mask to block the cold. By the end of the day, you'll be in your t-shirt. Okay? So pack planning on that. So plan on having, if you wear chaps, wear chaps. I don't. I wear jeans. I'm fine all year round here in jeans. But some people would be cold. So make sure you have a good set of gear like that, like Klim, or if you go to Cycle Gear and get a good range, good riding suit that will help keep you warm. I find that my 18 Roadmaster keeps my legs warm enough riding in the winter. That's just me. Okay, I just close my lowers and I'm good. Mm-hmm. But for somebody from the north, and I came from the north, so I'm not casting dispersions or stones at anyone. I'm from Chicagoland. So, but I ride here all year round as long as there's not ice on the ground, which is about 3 days of the year. We have ice about 3 days of the year. And that's melted by 9 o'clock in the morning. After 9 o'clock when the sun comes out, that's all gone. So the only thing is, you may want to pack some warm gear for the beginning of the day on the ride. And you'll be shedding in that as the day goes on, typically. If you are sensitive to the sun, make sure you're wearing long sleeve shirts because the UV here is a little different than it does up by you boys. You'll get sunburned real fast here. So wear some sun protection. Like the UV here is really high today, even though it's only 75 degrees. We have a really mild week going on this week. Mm-hmm. But sun protection and wearing some layers to begin the day, and you'll be peeling them. So that's just the only advice. You won't see. We have a really minimal chance of seeing any snow.
Okay.
Or any kind of freezing precipitation.
So the other thing is here is sunset and sunrise. So it looks like on the 9th it's going to be 7:42 at Chattanooga, and it's going to be sunset at 7:13. So right now,
I am so impressed with you, right now. Connie, you have been working with him, haven't you? You've been standing in front of a mirror.
In his sleep.
Since I told you I would come on Saturday, you've been standing in front of the mirror for 2 hours every night saying Chattanooga.
At night, out of nowhere, it's like Chattanooga.
Oh, geez, I'm doing so well tonight.
Yeah, you're whispering sweet Chattanooga nothing.
That's right.
Oh my gosh! But anyway, so if you think the sunset and sunrise, or actually sunrise and sunset, is the same right now as it's going to be then, no, it's going to be about almost an hour and a half shorter now. So be aware of that also, especially when you're riding down to the event on Thursday. If you're going to do it on Wednesday, make sure you're aware of that, the sunset and that kind of stuff when you're planning, because you should be planning right now what you're going to be doing on October 9th through the 11th, because they got a lot of things going on and a lot of things planned. So get down there early and take some rides and that kind of stuff. Go ahead, Jeff.
Chris, to your point, one of the reasons why we start all the rides out of the dealership at 9 o'clock. First of all, that's when the dealership opens. Mm-hmm. But secondly, at that time of the year, we're letting a little bit of that crisp get out of the air before we start. Because you're going to be coming about 9 miles from the hotel to the dealership in the morning. That's one of the big reasons. Most of the rides that we're doing are set to be a certain time getting off the bike. There's only one ride that's going to be a long day. And, when you say that everybody wants to do Cherry Hollow and the Dragon, if you want a fantastic ride all day long, I have ways to get there that are along the Akoi Byway, which is where the the 1996 Olympic river sports were done, the kayaking and all that, the whitewater sports. Then it takes you through this lazy town of Benton along a little creek, and it gets you to the Cherry Hollow. So you're not going to get to the Cherry Hollow till 11. Then there's Bald River Falls. You do the Cherry Hollow Dragon, and then you come back. That's 9 o'clock till 5 o'clock at night. That's a long ride. If you want to do it faster than that, we can just go buzz the highway, get to the Cherry Hollow, get to the Dragon, come back. That's not what I choose to ride. I don't know about you guys. So that will be a long day. The other rides will typically leave about 9, be back at 3:30, so you got time to go clean up, refresh yourself, take a little rest, go to the events that we got going on at night. So that's the way the rides are. I know that Jason Price, who's one of the regional coordinators, he's out of the Sanford area. He's going to do on Thursday, I believe he was planning on doing a ride up to Brushy Mountain, which is the prison, the Devil's Triangle, but it's going to be a ghost tour. Okay. My favorite ride in the area, bar none, is the Devil's Triangle. It is the most technical route in this area, without a doubt. If you are a novice rider, I don't suggest you go with me. But it is the most technical, the most switchbacks, 90-degree switchbacks, and it's challenging. You're doing side hill switchbacks, opposite of the direction of the turn. So your bike is leaning to the right, and you're making a left switchback. That's technical. That's a technical ride. So, but the history of that place is phenomenal. The only thing is that this time of the year, they're closed from Monday through Wednesday. So they have a restaurant in there that is actually the mess hall from the prison. It's called the Warden's Table. And the prison history is phenomenal. It is the only prison in U.S. history that nobody ever escaped from. The prison was also built by inmates. Every building on the property is in the shape of a cross. So they were trying to rehabilitate them by having them build crosses that were going to be their barracks.
Nice.
James Earl Ray was housed there, tried to escape. They brought federal agents in with dogs, and they found him buried in a bunch of leaves because that whole area is a big bowl. Okay? There's no way out except for one road. Or back then, there was no way out but one road. So it's got if you look up Brushy Mountain Prison, there's tremendous history in that area. So that's one thing that if somebody's here on Saturday or Sunday the week before, that is the ride I'm going to take you on because the history there is so fantastic.
Awesome. Every day, every time we talk about this freaking ride, it just makes me so damn excited to go there. I just can't wait. It's only 40 days or something like that. Les, is it only 40 days?
5 weeks.
5 weeks. Yeah. So, I'm excited to go here. I'm excited to see my friend Finesse. Hopefully Riding Fish will get there. We don't know. We'll see. But he's got a lot of things going on, man. I'll tell you, he's got a lot of things going on. But, and then next year, I wish my button, I can't get, that's what you hear, that button is actually.
Oh, we hear it.
Yeah. I don't know why it's not working. It's driving me nuts. But let me see if I can get one of them to work here. There we go. So there's our friends. I got to do it manually tonight. So anyway, as you guys know, as it's kind of late in the show, we have some friends here, and I should have did this at the beginning, so I did some disjustice to our friends. But anyway, we have a giveaway once we reach 1,000 subscribers tonight. We're still stuck at 651. Yeah, good.
No, Sparky, I know of another prison where nobody's escaped, but I'll leave that for another day just in case she's watching.
Yeah, that's a good one. Anyway, we got Ride Culture. He's gave a ton of freaking Mike's gave us a ton of equipment for an Indian motorcycle, by the way. And if you don't have an Indian motorcycle, you will after you get this. If you win this, so because you'll be trading that Harley-Davidson in. But anyway, they also we got Gator Mike. We got Gator Mike's soaps and stuff like that. It's going to be in the giveaway.
It is.
We also got his barbecue sauce and spices. I always have that turned wrong and that kind of stuff.
Yes, you do.
So yes, these are our friends, and BC Customs is going to have a set of levers that we're going to be putting in the box and that kind of stuff. And by the way, Les, you got your leathers. Leathers. I was trying to say everything right. It's been a long night already, but they are gorgeous, ain't they?
Absolutely. They look fantastic. I've got to try to find some time just to get out and get the things put on.
Yeah.
But no, absolutely top notch.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Chris, is if any one of anybody listening that you just mentioned, or any other vendors want to have a difference in this event and donate to it, feel free to reach out to me. I will shout you out at that event in front of 500 motorcyclists and try to drive business towards your business. So
Gotcha.
Anybody wants to donate and all the proceeds again go to Folds of Honor, and we're looking to make it as great an event. And you as vendors for the bikes we ride, we appreciate that. We'd appreciate anything that you could do to help us out with that as well.
Nice.
Well, this has certainly been an eye opener for me. I thought this was a quote Indian corporate event, right? And figured that they had laid all of this stuff out, but it sounds like most of the stuff Jeff has done local with you and your posse down there.
Yeah.
Well, I work hand in hand with Chris and Maddie and Nick.
Mm-hmm.
I have discussions with Chris probably twice a week, at least. We do a conference call every couple weeks. Now, locally here, I was retired for 2 years. I just went back to work for a friend of mine's brewery up in Sevierville. But pretty much I was retired, so I do take on the biggest burden out of my group, but I don't do all of it. No one can. My right-hand man, Ed Seidel, has been on with you guys before. Ed is my right-hand man in the whole thing. And I do have other people I lean on. Of course, Crockett Power Sports, John is fantastic. So, and he assists with all that and gives guidance as far as that. And then when I need somebody to squeeze it in, John steps in. So, it is a lot of work. It's worth it in the end of the day. Last year, the day of the event, I was like, I can't take this anymore. Then at the end of the day, 3 days later, I was like, wow, everybody coming up to me and thanking me and the appreciation that was shown and the appreciation India showed for the hard work makes it worth it. So what it gets to is I made a whole lot of new friends last year. I'm looking to make a whole lot of new friends this year. And to be honest, I get a lot of presents when everybody comes. I really do. I have a closet full of shirts from every IMRG around the country. And it's a community. Really, when it gets down to it, we're all a community. And we're pretty much Indian specific, but we don't, down here, we don't discriminate. We let everybody in our IMRG. We have a guy who rides a BMW. We have a guy who rides a KTM. We have a guy who rides a Harley.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And we don't discriminate. The reason why?
Sure.
Sooner or later, we're going to convert them. once they ride the Power Plus, they're going to put that Harley away and convert. That's why when you go into Crockett, you'll see 15 Harley-Davidson in the Crockett Power Sports that were trade-ins at all times.
Yeah.
So,
and there you guys go with that Power Plus again. There you go.
You know what? Hold on a second.
I have. You know what? I'm a Thunderstroke guy too, but that Power Plus is impressive.
Oh, I said that. It's a great engine. It's just not for me.
Let me see if I can find my video real quick and play it here of me criticizing Max while riding down this.
God.
Let's see if I can find this.
You know what?
Yeah, you're not going to play the real interview I did with you.
Oh, that's gonna be in the video. You'll be fine.
I agree with you to an extent, Max, because I'm that guy that I'll ride that machine as fast as it's allowed to be ridden. Yeah. That's why Ed bought the 108 instead of the 112. He said, "Right, I know who I am. It's too dangerous for me." Everybody has their riding style. Everybody has their riding, things they like to ride. I probably should stay away from that 112 for now.
Yeah. So, hey, Jeff, quick question. The event is officially is it 9th, 10th, and 11th, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
with all of the riding and things that are down there, is there any thought that you might extend that out and make it even more days, make it a Wednesday through Saturday event, something like that?
That's an Indian decision, Les. Okay. The 9th, 10th, and 11th, if you notice, there's an event of theirs every day.
Mhm.
So here's how this really works. Indian tells me what they're going to do, and I fill the gaps.
Gotcha.
Okay. And I look at things that you all would want to do, and I try to make other events available to you all. So that Thursday, the check-in, I need to make sure that you all are available to check in. I can't take up an event that makes you all not be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
On Friday, that Friday morning's all them. On Saturday, that Saturday morning's all them. So last year when the ride went to Barber, the biggest critique that Indian had to me is he go, "You led rides on that Saturday and it took away from our event." And I said, "No, ma'am, I did not." I gave direct instruction to every one of my board members and every one of my members, you are not to lead a ride other than the Barber on that Saturday. Not that I'm directing them what to do. I said, Indians asking us not to take away from their events. Just like on the hotels. The hotels, they have booked, right? Indian has a quota in order to book those hotels that they have much X amount of night stays in order to not have to pay for it. So it would be wrong of me to direct you to a different hotel.
Mm-hmm.
It just is not right. It's their event. Understand, this is an India event, but it's also a 1985 event. Okay, they've asked us to compliment them in what they're doing to make it worthwhile for you to all come stay the whole time. What we've done is added on to that. Hi, Connie, in the background.
She's on the camera for once.
It's, you know, if any of you went to Nashville, they didn't have any events before the Thursday or after. When we had it prior to that, we did lead these rides. So being as where we're located and the immense amount of quality rides around here, we want to maximize your stay. And we want to invite you to come stay the whole week. You know, we're kind of like the tourism council here. We want you to come stay longer than that and see our city and see everything it has to offer. Chattanooga is a really cool town. It's an adventure town. There's a lot of hiking, a lot of mountaineering, a lot of kayaking, canoeing, all those kind of outdoor adventure sports, and motorcycling being one of them. Like I said, you can turn in every direction and you're in a mountain within 45 minutes to an hour. Who wouldn't want that as a motorcyclist? You know, I used to play, I was an avid golfer. I stopped playing golf because I don't have 5 hours in a day to go play golf, but I always have an hour on my bike. I always have an hour I could free up to go clear my head and find a little country road somewhere. And, you know, to be honest, what I do here, a lot of these roads that I created, these routes, I found by mistake. I lost on purpose. I went and rode and logged where I went and said, this is the Wire Road. 10 years ago, nobody knew what it was. It was a gravel road. Now it's a beautifully paved road. It's 33 miles of the Dragon. It's every bit as challenging as the Dragon. And it's 33 miles. It goes from right by the Cherahala up to Franklin, North Carolina, with a beautiful restaurant right halfway on it. And it's a fantastic route. So I found that by mistake. And once I found it by mistake, I took everybody I knew up there and, you know, introduced them to it. So there's all those kind of roads up there. The Rattlesnake, the Barabosa Saloon Run. There's tons of them up there. You could go spend 2 weeks up in the Cherokee Mountains and not ride the same road the whole time, except for back to your hotel or wherever you're staying. Wow. And spend 2 weeks up there and have a glorious ride every day. It's beautiful up there. It's phenomenal.
So, Chris, it sounds like we got to get a weekend together, go hang out with Jeff for about 3 or 4 days, and he can be our tour guide.
I think it's going to be a good idea. I think we need to do that.
You want to hear something, guys?
What?
There's a bunch of us at the MRG that thought about starting a guide company. So if you were to go try to book going to the Swiss Alps from here, you fly to the Swiss Alps, you rent the bike, You're tour guided through. They take care of your stays and take care of your meals. It's about $10,000. So you don't think that people from Europe would want to fly here? You pick them up at the Atlanta or Knoxville airport. You drive them to your facility to pick up the bikes, and then you have hotel stays or Airbnbs or a couple of other places you can camp, and you lead them through that whole area for 10 days. You don't think that you get 10 people a week to sign up for that?
Sign me up.
Correct.
Yeah,
We
I think
thought
a
about
lot
starting
of
our own
people do
business.
that. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
And
surprised.
all you do for a living is ride a motorcycle.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't do that now. I mean, you need to start it before somebody watches this podcast and does it.
No, you know what the biggest pinch point is?
What?
Insurance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Insurance.
Always is.
Insurance is a tough nut.
Mm-hmm.
Insurance is a tough nut. So
Yep. Because I mean, everybody's seen the YouTube videos where somebody's going down the dragon and falling off the side and that kind of stuff. I mean, it happens, and they're usually with a group, of people, and yeah, I mean, it happens all the time. You think you're a good rider until you go on some of these roads in Tennessee. They will challenge you a lot.
Well, that's a lot of the dragon. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
there's a couple of things about the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of myth to how dangerous it is.
Yeah.
Okay, there's not nearly the amount of accidents that happen there that people think happen there.
Mm-hmm.
There's only about 3 deaths a year. It's not real high.
Only
3. Only 3. But see, most of those that's user error.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going there on certain times of the day, even on the weekend, it's clear as can be at 3 o'clock. Because it always rains up there about 1 or 2 o'clock, and people don't want to ride it when it's wet, so they wait until 4. If you go up there on the weekday, it's not as crowded. Be responsible when you ride it.
Yeah.
Ride it to your skill level.
Yeah.
Don't get out over your skis. I've ridden it probably 60 times, and I can be aggressive on it, but when I'm in a group, I ride it to the weakest rider in my group, the same as I do on a group ride. And I had some people come up to me last year going, "You should ride faster." I go, "You don't understand. Indian gives me the parameters I lead a ride on."
Mm-hmm.
So when you come down, guys, I'll have my group meeting before a ride goes. I got a couple questions to ask y'all because I don't know all your riding skills. Are you here to sightsee or are you here to ride a motorcycle? That's not being offensive. If you want to stop and see vistas, I'm going to stop and see vistas for you. You're my guest. If you want to rip it, we can do that. Okay? It's up to y'all what we do. And if I've ridden with you before and I know your skill level, I'm going to ride to your skill level. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
If I have somebody who's a newer rider and it's the weakest one in the pack, I'm going to ride to their level. Not saying I'm a better rider than them. What I'm saying is that's my responsibility as a leader in my group, as a leader of my guests coming down. That's my responsibility to make sure that I keep you all safe.
Gotcha.
Nobody's going to be more distraught if somebody gets hurt on this event than me. Okay?
Gotcha. All right.
I owe that to you all to give my best.
Oh yeah. 100. I agree. That's what we need to follow. Whatever you say, because you are the ride leader. You're the person that's going to be in charge. You're the one that's actually been on the road more than we have down there. I mean, I have total faith in you and Ed and in your crew that everybody's going to be safe and nobody, because we've been to Gettysburg where there's been people in our group that's been challenging people to, either go slower or go faster and that kind of stuff. And it becomes a hostile environment sometimes. And you just got to be careful with that because not everybody knows how to be a leader, especially. And then when you're going a little bit slower than what they're used to, because, when you're a group, you have to go slower. You can't just go fast all the time. You have a lot of people that think, hey, you're going too fast. You need to go faster. Hey, you ride your own ride, go ahead of the group, go to the destination that you want to faster, but this group is going to go to the slowest rider. And that's how Max does it. That's how Les does it. That's how I do it. So,
to what Sparky's saying, I'll tell you one thing. The best riders in the world aren't the guys that ride the fastest.
Mm-hmm.
The best riders in the world are the ones that control their bike at 5 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Anybody can ride fast because centrifugal force takes over and that takes care of the bike. So that takes minimal skill. To control a 900-pound machine at 10 miles an hour impresses me far more than somebody riding the Dragon at 60. That's just my
Especially,
belief.
700, 800 pound bikes. Yeah.
See, that's the thing. I've ridden the Dragon, and I've done it. I crossed it off my bucket list. I really don't have any need to drive it again. Like you said, there's a whole lot of other roads down that way that are just as good, if not better. But the thing that scares me about the Dragon is that it's so popular. It's not you or your group that might be dangerous. It's the guy on a crotch rocket or the guy in the Miata or the guy in the Mustang that's trying to go around you to be the land speed record.
There's some truth to that. My second time I was on the Dragon Max, I had a crotch rocket with his mirror hit my elbow.
Wow.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
In a turn. Now, I get what you're saying. Now, if you're responsible and you don't go firing off in a group, you're most likely going to be okay. If you choose and pick when you go, okay, if you go during the week, you're going to be fine. It's not that heavy a traffic. That's
true.
If you go in the morning, it's going to be packed. If you go in the afternoon, it has calmed down some. So typically when I lead a ride in that area, the only time I go there is when I have guests coming to town. They go, I want to go to the Dragon. Okay. I don't pick and choose to go there. I really prefer that North Georgia area, the Suches Loop, the Helen, Georgia area where you got Wolf Pen Gap and some of that stuff. That 17 ride from Helen to Hiawassee is one of my favorite in the country. It's got some tight turns, but it's got some nice sweepers. You can take it at a higher speed, and it's a lot of fun to me because I've driven the Dragon so much. I've ridden the Dragon so much,
right?
And I've done it in a car, and I think it's easier on a bike. To be honest with you, I've driven it in my car, and I thought it was much more difficult in the car than it is on a motorcycle. But people look at that as a challenge, and that's the problem. Okay, they don't look at it as I'm out to enjoy a ride. They look to see I want to slay the Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're taking that approach,
mm-hmm.
my wife,
Sure.
the first time she rode the Dragon, got to the bottom and didn't realize she was on it.
Oh, geez.
Yes.
All right.
Well, I like to tell people the Dragon's just another curvy road. That's all it is. And to your point, if you ride within your skill level, it's absolutely not a problem to ride that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's every ride. Less, to be honest, that's every ride. And when you're out 2 or 3 guys, you can let it go a little bit more. When you're in a group of 25, that's being irresponsible.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
When you have,
For sure.
that's irresponsible. Yeah, it's just and that's why I like to get a feel for the guys I rode with last year. A lot of them, they came down for the whole week. Same guys, we rode every day. And I'll tell you what, every single one of those guys, excellent riding skills. Every single one of them, every single one of them is probably a better rider than I am. And not to say that that's saying much. I'm just saying their skills were top notch. So with them, I feel more comfortable getting out and pushing the envelope a little bit. But if I have somebody in that group that I've been riding 2 years, first of all, I don't think you should be on the Dragon at 2 years level experience.
Mm-hmm.
And if you
Here.
And if you are, you should be riding that at 25, 30 miles an hour and not caring who's coming around you. Not caring at all. So
Max is
That's
finally
just
on
my
112
take
so
on
he
it.
can experience
Hold
what
on
a real man
a second.
feels like.
I gotta mute this thing. Hold on a second. Where is this thing at?
Oh, man. It's in the
yeah.
background. Take us out.
All right, sorry. Let me see if I can pause this thing here a second. All right, go ahead.
What
Sorry.
is that?
This is the ride we did at the demo days.
Demo days up here.
This is where I was given I was trying to get it to play earlier and it wouldn't play, but now it finally showed up. But
I just saw flat ground and didn't recognize it.
yeah.
I'd have to go back to 15 years ago when I lived up north.
Oh, man. Just rub it in, will you? Good grief.
Let me move everybody here for a second, so I can show you guys this video. because we're going to have to get off here in a few minutes. We've been on here for a long time. We're going to have to get you back on here right before this event to make sure everybody's going. We had a good turnout tonight. I want to thank everybody watching the podcast so far. We've had 20 to 25 people. Hey, listen, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. If you don't know how to do that, I can help you. It's right on the bottom of the video, and just click on subscribe. And then we're going to have other videos. So hit the notification bell and that kind of stuff. And if you on your phone or something like that, and I got a link in chat, you just click on that, and it takes you straight there and say confirm, and you are a subscriber. But this is the beginning of the demo thing. But I'm not trying to interrupt here, so I'll play this after you're done. It was an accident, and it came when it started playing. So let me see if I can get everybody unlocked here so I can get this thing moved around here. But anyway, yeah, here we go. So I can get everybody to the small here. All right. So this is going to be a fantastic, the Jack Daniels Indian motorcycle event is going to be a fantastic. There's 10 spots. You do not have to have an Indian motorcycle. You can sign up. There's 10 spots left. And I did have the link there earlier. Let me see if I can get it here again. There it is. Got it. And I'm going to put it in the post. Here we go. And if you want to go, it's October 9th to the 11th. And so I know you talked about earlier, and I know we got a lot. We talked about a lot tonight about this whole event. And you said Indian was kind of upset that people were, doing something else on Saturday. But the problem is, I think Indians got to figure out they got to have a bigger event on Saturday night, because a lot of people just actually go home on Saturday.
There won't be.
Yeah.
There won't be an event Saturday night.
Yeah, I know.
What I would say is, what you'll see coming from me in the very near future, Chris, is I gave it to Indian last year, and they didn't. I don't know if they even put it out on their broadcasts. But I will have together some stuff to see sightseeing wise. Some, like you're in the heart of the Chickamauga battlefield. The Civil War history is abundant here. The Chattanooga National Cemetery is the only cemetery in the United States that houses somebody from every conflict the United States has ever been in. Not even Arlington National can say that. You have Lookout Mountain, which is Point Park, some Civil War history. There's a lot of things to do here in Chattanooga besides that. The largest freshwater aquarium is the Chattanooga Aquarium. 100 museums right there. There's fantastic restaurants. When I moved here 10 years ago, Chattanooga was not a food city whatsoever. Now you have chefs from all over the region. It's become very much a food city, so there's fantastic nightlife and restaurants to go to. There's a comedy place. The Barrel House Ballroom has weekend shows to go see. Brantley Gilbert's going to be in town that weekend playing, or that week playing. So if you stay Saturday, we have the opportunity. There's a place called the Shed Smokehouse up in Maryville. It's attached right next to the Harley-Davidson dealer there. I'm working with the head of the Hog group there, Joe, to maybe do a mutual event that Saturday night. If you want, I'm part of the Iron Forge Brewery up in Sevierville. We could go up there and check out of our hotels here, go there and stay the night in Sevierville, and see some of the nightlife there. There's plenty of things to do here for that Saturday when you're here. So don't check out on Saturday. Enjoy Chattanooga. We'll do some things. We'll have some things going on. I might be in a coma by then. Might want to sleep the entire day, guys, because I'll tell you, I'm going to ride all the rides the week before and then ride them all with you the week. So I'm going to put in those 2 weeks probably 3,500 miles plus what I'm doing there before. And 2 weeks before, we have the Trail of Tears ride all the way to Oklahoma out of here. So, which is a big event for Crockett Power Sports, and being as I'm the president of the MRG, I'm kind of obligated to do that. Although I want to do it anyway. I shouldn't say obligated. Plus, we have the throttle and the Folds of Honor ride, the September 20th as well, the same day as that Trail of Tears. So there's a lot of riding in that 2 week span, but we'll still put our bells and whistles on. We'll still have our smiles on. We're still going to lead you in the right direction on things and if you bring your family down and your wife doesn't want to ride as a backpack, there's plenty of stuff to do with the kids. There's There's a Discovery Museum. There's a rock climbing wall right across from the hotel. The Children's Museum thing. There's a rock climbing wall directly across the street from the hotel. So there's tons of stuff to do if you have kids and the wife doesn't want to ride every day. She can take the kids around and do some other things. So it's a fantastic city. Just come spend the week, bring your family, and enjoy everything, the hospitality that we have in the South here to offer y'all.
Yeah. So I got one question before, because we're getting ready to get off here. Somebody put in there saying merchandise. Okay. So I have, I'm working on a shirt. I have not decided to, because some people are leaving here for a second because everybody's getting ready to go home. But anyway, I got a question for you guys. So I know Kevin, or one of the guys, had bought one of the 112 hats. I think it was pretty good shape. I'm working on a design for the Chattanooga event, and it's hopefully going to be a special shirt. So, but anyway, we did, because what I would have to do is I'd have to do a bulk order, so different sizes. Are people interested in purchasing a shirt? Because we're talking about, when you do shirts like this, is a $400 investment.
Okay. So here's what I would say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Any shirt you bring to the event has to be cleared through Indian Corporate.
Okay.
If you want to send me your design, I will send it to Indian for approval to have.
Okay.
If you have it for sale, I'm going to require that you give some part of the proceeds to Folds of Honor.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I should say I'm going to require. I'm going to request that, if you're going to make some money off of it and you're going to sell it.
No, requires good. Requires good.
Now, the other thing I will say is, if you want to put that up for sale and it's in at Crockett Power Sports, respectfully, I ask that you ask for permission from John Crockett.
Yeah. So that's the reason I was asking first. So I just want to make sure. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, there's and just for a back walk that a little bit, Jeff Baca from 1901 Rally wanted to be a bigger part of last year, and I said, you have to go through Indian for everything. This is still an Indian event, and I have to defer any vendoring or anything that goes on, or any events, that they have to be approved by Indian Corporate in order to be associated with the Jack Daniels ride.
Gotcha.
So what they do is then they send it to Jack Daniels and get approval as well for branding purposes.
So I'm working on a basic shirt. So whenever I do go to places like this, it don't have to be that one. I'm gonna actually, Les and Max, is nobody's seen this design yet. So I'm gonna actually drop this in this thing here. Hold on, let me find it real quick and see what you guys think.
Max's face ain't gonna be on there, is it?
No. Well, maybe it is.
Okay,
it's on I think it's on the right side. It's on the right side of the image. So that is the actual design.
No.
Is that Max's smile?
No.
Is that his grill up front there?
Now, Jeff, I don't smile very much, so there you go.
No, not until you have a couple of them libations in front of you, Max.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a full glass tonight, so I'm pretty happy.
So let me know if you guys like that design. I thought it was pretty cool. But anyway, it's a basic shirt, easy to print.
That's the only thing I say. If you want, just send it to me, and I'll send it for corporate approval for you. And,
gotcha.
Because I don't want you to get in trouble. I want a good relationship between Throttle and Iron and IMC, as well as with us. So we want to go through the proper channels for approval. That's all.
Right. So this is going to be the video I'm going to release here, and hopefully on Friday night. But anyway, this is the beginning of it. You're going to see how Max can't talk, but I can say some things. Here's how it starts out.
Max is finally on a 112, so he can experience what a real man feels like.
You know what, Max? You know what? I'm gonna stop giving you a hard time, Max. We've never met. I've been busting you. I think Chris has gone over the board there, so I'm gonna come on your side on this one.
You know what? Here's the thing. Chris has no clue. When he finds out, he will apologize.
All right. We're going to get off here, folks. It's been a long night. Anyway, this is past Max's bedtime. He almost fell asleep back here and fell off the chair. So, anyway. Max, you got any final words tonight?
My glass is empty. That's why.
You got any final words tonight, Max? Anything?
Jeff, I hope you have a very successful event down there. I will be down there sometime in the future. It's just not in the cards for this year.
Well, even if it's not for the Jack Daniels event, reach out. we'll take you where you want to go and what you want to see.
All right. Les, you got any final words?
Well, I'm excited for this Jack Daniels event. It'll be my first time for this particular event. I've ridden down in that area a lot. You know, you talk about the Skyway and Wire Road and those. I've actually been there, so it'll be a good time. Be interesting to see maybe some new roads, and just looking forward to it. And I appreciate all the effort that you and your folks down there put into it, and Indian Motorcycles. So looking forward to being there.
Appreciate it, Les. Appreciate it.
What do you got, Jeff? You got anything? Any final words?
No, guys, come on down, have some fun. Look forward to seeing y'all.
All right. All I have to say is subscribe. I'm just kidding. Actually, I'd rather have more views than subscribers, so we're good. So.
You haven't had a damn thing to drink.
I know. Oh, geez.
Subscribe, folks. Like,
Cheers,
share,
y'all.
subscribe. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Peace, everybody. Namaste.
You can stay on here, Jeff. We'll
Have a great
talk
night,
to you.
y'all.
Yep. Have a great night, everybody. And we'll see you guys in Tennessee. Where's the finish button? There it is. We're finished. End this podcast.